Hello, J.peeley. J.peeley, my name is Zachary John Thayer, in the view of Colorado River Basin be the U.S. We are in compliance. Federal identification number 4318190. We will identify, before I release the video, U.S. Command Code of Federal Regulation 2816.3. The application is solicitor at large, and via Jones v. The U.S. and Michigan v. Tyler. We'll comply USAO Standard 2.3.110 JM5-4.000 EMRD sequence analysis. You will identify and Scanwell Lab via Schaefer Emery Airline via the U.S. and in compliance procedure command efficiencies in Executive Order 1063.1 under U.S. MJ Article Rule 93A in view of USAMC 4.4.420 in compliances of 42 USC 437.M1A in view of 40 CFR NEPA.102-2E and 1502.23 standard analysis under 50 USC.28 USC and compliance procedures in Mesa v. Arizona, Lopez v. the U.S., Michigan v. the EPA, and in applications to the view of the state, a Contract Act 1978-28 USC 149 LN2 and Trump v. the U.S. for Water Resources and via the U.S. In view of Seminole v. Seminole, Snow v. the U.S. and Lopez v. the U.S. and compliance procedures. Under 29 Title 7 1C.103 subsection 117, 118, and 123 for review. We will comply that the procedural compliance is seen as a time density approach analysis in view of applicational review. We will identify motivational application to the budget reform under H.R. 1060, H.R. 5367, and view of SB 901. In view of the state, we will identify that this is a vanadium, neodymium, nihonium, rubidium, hexaoxyriodine mine, or a arson-based assessment. I have a feeling, J.peeley, that you are dealing with a telecommunicational line that is in a radon-based field based on cold fissional approach by exotic and neodymium nihonium triethylhexachloride based on satellite field, the cold fission, and neodymium hexacene, where the copper mercury is justified to tungsten. That the tungsten level of spontaneous fission to copper is seen and based on inorganic application. If this is instead of an arson lab, a firework, or a direct application, you will identify sheriff as that is approach to efficiency. Under Navajo Nation v. the U.S., this is your application, and you are identifying a sequence parameter assessment. In contract to tort, the SERQ compliant procedure 16.4.27 is in view, and we will be asking that the procedural compliance 29 Title C 7.1C7.103 human versus non-human approach versus environmental causality, view of applied expression to methodology, view of expressionism is identified as hassium pyridine, European hexosamonite, and fear level to exonophin. Time date sequence is identified to the Office of the Vice President as well as the Office of the United States Supreme Court in view of the La Palma volcano and this model and pre-time model assessment to area square footage. By concern to the view, we are at wonderment as early as Tuesday at 6 p.m. Square footage analysis, longitude, latitude, before I release the view of the Colorado or Lakewood video. Sheriff, you have a TAC number and an RFID in the view of Breeze software. You will identify the longitude and latitude of the square footage and show the procedural compliance of the acreage and the output validity, as well as the wind output as a mile percentage in view of area square footage, and you will identify in view to the state a selenium rubidium line if there is a boron. There is concern that as early as Tuesday at 6 p.m. that we could be seeing a mitigational shift in the view to the state of Denver, or the city of Denver in view of the state of Colorado, in view of the first wastewater treatment facility compared to the uranium mine based on the satellite view of the Railroad Act. If this is wondered under the Labor Commission Act, this is the concern as the first review compared to a time density approach. You'll have abstractual compliance in view of the appellate court, and this is the complexual procedure. I wish to ask you that this same review be seen as 03937 or myself in Napa County in view of 469 and 163 on the state notary. I passed it the very first time. I didn't challenge the state. GARC, our loan signing agent, as well as the view to Michigan P10 or tax compliant under Strong v. Hayden and Voices of the Wetland via the California Water Resource Board in view of model assessment in view of the state. This is the concern level in Tribal v. the U.S., 3 Mile Island, and in view of application, New York, Bristol, and Rifle v. Idaho as a time dependency series, and the Arizona EPA to Super 8 fundings. I do have concern at application approach to the date wonderment. Chad Wolf is identified as a command procedural in view to the state. You will identify this to the last county commission location 2 weeks ago in Napa County in view of the Office of the Supreme Court to area square footage, as well as economic impact statement and forward guidance. You will comply to the view of the United States Federal Supreme Court, and there is a writ of certiorari as a U.S. Attorney General at large in view of Essling and Yolo County, in view of Napa County at Model, and in view of Orange. You will comply to procedural applications in view of a tort and justify the Air Quality Control Act in concern to the state. My federal identification number is 4318190. My name is Zachary John Thayer. I am the Baron of Essex and Gerald Robert Ford's great-grandson. Before the releases of the other video, I will need that application as forward guidance. There is concern that there might be as many as 8 power plants by January 30th in the fire, based on a quarter of the wonderment of Denver to the wastewater treatment facility, as well as the rare earth metal mines, in view of forward model assessment, in view of the application to the director of FEMA. You will comply to Secretary Austin. You'll call the Office of the Supreme Court, hit pound 2, and identify a writ or an acknowledgement, and then hit 5 and ask for immediate intake as an open writ certiorari at present in view of state compliance. Judge Stevens, Judge Kennedy, and Judge Breyer are waiting for contact. Executive Order 10631 and 10367 is identified to the state. Please see Exhibit O application to 13608, 13612, and 17317, and compliance procedure command deficiencies.